girl, using me, like you use everyone else.
I gave you what you wanted, man.
No! It's what you wanted. Well, here you are. If you create monsters, you should be prepared for the consequences.
I didn't create a monster. I merely woke one up.
Hello and welcome to the Jekyll Hyde Club.
Today's order of business is going to be a review of
The Jekyll and Hyde TV series by ITV, aired in 2015.
We decided to pay tributes to our dear friends Jekyll and Hyde by reviewing their most recent endeavor on the big screen, or small screen, depending on how large your television set is, of course.
Middle-sized, relative big.
Yes, Gomez always covers all the bases.
Yes.
If you happen to be new to our delectable Jekyll Hyde Club, you may join, free of charge of course, by subscribing and checking out our former videos because they're all packed full of strange,
Unusual and delightful
items and other interactions. And of course we are your hosts / presidents, Morticia and Gomez. So, for the show itself, it kind of had an interesting feel to me because I thought it was older than it was, so that's kind of charming. I think it was filmed very well. I liked a lot of aspects of what they were doing in the show. I especially like the actor for Jekyll and Hyde. They used the same actor, and he was a very good actor because he transitioned very well between the two, and I loved his tones for Hyde. You could actually tell so much of the change in personality, and it was just amazing. Like, just to listen to him, you could tell. I would have liked it more if they had made him look more unique, a different body build as Hyde, like our Jekyll Hyde action figure that we showed. It was where one comes out of the other one. I liked Hyde with the green face and long nails and kind of like witchy look in the long coat. I just liked him looking different. I like it showing two different men instead of the same man with a different personality, but that's the only complaint I had. He was a very good actor.
Yes, I liked the whole feel. They were trying to play it like it was done earlier in between UK and Sri Lanka, known back then as Ceylon, and it had that old feel. Like it was supposed to be like around maybe in the 30s or something like that, and they conveyed that kind of atmosphere of older times really well.
And they showed the generations. The newest, the actor I was commenting on for Jekyll and Hyde is actually supposedly in this show the grandson of the original Jekyll Hyde. So there was the first one that we all know from the book and most of the old movies, and then there was his dad his son, and then we go to his grandson. So it shows all their different interactions with the ladies in their lives and the great underground conspiracy of magical creatures and who is hunting them, which has been done before in various ways, but this one just had an interesting take, I think.
I agree. It seems like that series established its original mythology of sorts. All the characters that they use on several sides, they have this authentic feel, even though I never heard of them before. For example, Captain Dance or Lord Trash. There's something evocative about their very names, their very titles, and the personality was played really well. I think Captain Dance himself, as the antagonist of the series, brings a lot of depth into it. He is an actor that participated in other popular series, including even Game of Thrones, and he is a really good actor. Enzo Silenti, I really like him. And his sidekick Fedora is also very charismatic looking, and she's always memorable.
No, she has red hair, of course she's memorable.
Of course.
And so, yes, the characters are very evocative, and I like the, they had some of the villains had like pet monsters, as it were, that they were using, and I like the one that was, what was he, like the prophesying monster?
The Harbinger.
Yeah, the Harbinger. He was really interesting. Just some of the characters were interesting, and I'm very sad that it only lasted for a season because there was so much that could have been done with it. I assume the ratings weren't high enough, but it's just unfortunate because it was unique. It was like a flavor of some concepts that were done before, but then, as Gomez said, they took it their own direction. They made a lot of individual unique characters instead of recycling the same old thing, and I'm just sorry that it wasn't received better because there was a lot of interesting concepts that could have been brought to the front more, even with a little spoiler here, Hyde having a sister, and we're not going to go into all the details because if you want to watch at least the one season that exists, we don't want to ruin it. But again, that's a different concept that we really enjoyed and thought was a unique kind of thing.
The producer of the show, Charles Hudson, revealed that the second season was not going to be renewed by the studios, but he did have several interesting projects that were supposed to develop the series further, and of course it's a pity because it seems like his concepts were very interesting and we're going to take several characters in depth and even deal with several cultural mythologies such as Indian, presumably the one that travels to Sri Lanka and such. So it would have been nice to see it, and it's a pity that we didn't get to.
Yes, especially because they were putting so much of the supernatural into it.
Yes.
The general Jekyll Hyde concept you could see as horror or sci-fi or however, and it's been done in so many ways. It's fascinating psychology. But they were doing a lot of paranormal in this, and I just thought it was great because Gomez and I love paranormal shows. So even for one season, it's still worth a watch. It's not a huge long, but it's good and it's worth a watch, and it's intense and it's action-packed, and the characterizations are very good. You don't wonder who is who, you get clear pictures, and I like that a lot. I like it when the characters are memorable and stand out in your mind, and this show did well with that. So we definitely recommend it for a watch, and there's so many different takes on Jekyll and Hyde, just like there's so many different takes on all the other classics, Dracula, Frankenstein, of course even Us. So, you know, it's another one that's just done a lot, and we enjoy it, and of course we even named our channel after it, so I'm sure we'll do more reviews on the different versions of Jekyll and Hyde that were done, but this is the one that is probably the newest and unfortunately didn't take off, and it's just too bad because I love the new refreshing take that they had on it. So give it a watch. If any of you did watch it already, leave us a comment, tell us what you thought and who was your favorite character, and etc. And if you understood and liked what I was pointing out about the actor's tones when he changed into Hyde, how much different they were. I really liked it. He was so devilish and interesting. So we hope you've enjoyed this review, and until next time,
try to enjoy the daylight.